I'm David Lenham at the Brentwood Bay Village Emporium with a pair of photographic artists, well, a family of photographic artists, Sharon Stoose and her son Marc, Johannknecht. Did I say that? My good pronunciation? It was close enough, right? Yeah. Who picked up the camera first? I mean, you're his mother, but was there an influence towards photography?
I don't think so, to be perfectly honest. I'd like
Really?
to take credit for that. He's been filming since grade 4?
Grade 9, pretty much, I guess.
10.
It all started back like in mountain biking scene,
Ah.
doing small edits here and there,
Yeah.
taking pictures of my friends back and forth, and then it just grew more and more in the landscapes, portraits, and that's really progressed since then.
Yeah, he took it and ran. He just took it and ran.
We did share we had that family camera, I think, which started everything. The one.
What was the
Christmas.
camera? Do you remember?
true. Yeah.
I think it was Canon T4i.
Oh, well, you guys were. See, my family camera was a Brownie.
Yeah.
You know, that was
It was
ancient.
It was a nice starter camera, definitely.
Yeah.
To start off, it was great.
We
Yeah.
sort of shared back and forth. He progressed quite quickly onto bigger and better cameras and bigger and better lenses. I actually moved from the camera to the iPhone, which is very convenient. I hate to say it.
Sharon,
I
you're
hate to admit it.
very, very humble, but I've seen some of your photographs and they're excellent. And I've seen some of the landscapes that you've done, and they're really, really cool. And looking at some of your work, landscape work, it looked like there was a connection. It looked like it was like, oh, these, I don't know.
Well, we have spent time in the past photographing together.
Especially I found when we started off, you started with that Project Life 365, taking a picture every day.
That's right.
You can explain more about that. But that's really when I first started more seriously taking pictures, other things than mountain biking. And then I think maybe from there, we definitely shared certain aspects of it.
And then when we were on vacation, we would both
Yeah.
take off and take 10 pictures of the same thing. First I would, and then he would, and his are always better, and I'd be, oh, damn it. A little bit of sort of healthy competition.
What are you shooting with now?
To be really honest, we still have the same family camera.
It's
It's
held
still
up
the
great.
Canon. That's what I use, and I do use a lot of my iPhone, and I use a lot of editing apps to make my photos brighter and more interesting. Primarily because a lot of my photos are also uploaded onto Instagram, and that's just a very convenient, quick way for me to do it. But I usually take a picture with both a camera and then my iPhone, and then I decide which one I like better.
What inspires you? Is it just being in nature? Because you talked about the mountain biking
Yeah,
scene. You're out
definitely
there.
mountain biking. Nature has always been a big part of my life. Hiking with the family. Really, when I'm taking pictures of nature specifically, I'm just trying to pretty much show people what I'm experiencing. So I do a lot of post work as well, trying to really capture that moment to what it feels like, not necessarily what it looks like, but just the overall feeling of what I'm seeing there. And that's really what I probably like most about photography.
You can
just
post.
capturing that.
Yeah, you can post some emotion into
Exactly.
the pictures, right?
Yeah, really get the motion and.
You went to Vancouver Film School.
Yeah,
Is that right? So you haven't left still photography behind, but I've been looking at a lot of your cinematography, and it's great stuff. So how does that play into taking a still photograph, or does it?
It definitely does. I find my still photography plays more into my cinematography than the other way around. Especially framing, composing your picture. I've definitely taken. I went to VFS a couple of years ago and have been going back and forth between still photography and cinematography. Personally, I think I like photography more, but right now, job-wise, especially with Vancouver so close, the film industry is huge there. That was the more secure way to go, and I've found a really big loving towards that now too. They both play hand in hand very well, for sure, and especially the post editing, I do a lot of that with my cinematography as well, color grading that afterwards.
Yeah, I was looking at your website. Some really great stuff. A lot of videos with bands, corporate stuff. It's slick. How about some pro tips? I mean, I know people are looking in and they're thinking, yeah, just like, hey, you know, is there anything I can shoot? I can go out with my iPhone, and how do I take a better picture?
Yeah, well, like we said before, don't forget your SD card, your batteries. That has happened too many times. You find that perfect picture and then nothing in the camera. But of course, if you're just getting out there and just shooting as much as possible. I mean, you do read that everywhere, just shoot as much as possible, and I really do think that is the best way to do it.
But there's something that makes a good photographer, isn't it? That you both have in your blood, or some gene that I don't have, maybe.
I don't. Personally, I think it's just a lot of practice. I know when I started that photo a day project, and I look back at the first photos, I just think, oh, I cringe. And then as you just take, like Marc said, a photo and more pictures, you sort of train your eye. The one tip I would give anyone, and you see a lot of people have great pictures on their iPhones, and the horizons are slant this way, or they slant this way. And it's such an easy thing just to go onto your little edit thing and just straighten your horizon.
Oh, that's cheating though, isn't it?
No. It's got a post-production, but a very easy way to do it. And then suddenly, what could be kind of an okay picture suddenly is straight, and you've got everything lined up, and it looks fantastic. And it's a really easy.
My trick was always taking lousy photos and making them into black and white, and then they were art, right?
That works too.
Black and white is a big one. I mean, definitely there's a lot of rules to learn about photography, but you don't always want to follow them. Like the saying goes, like definitely, like you have to know the rules before you can break them. But I definitely do encourage breaking them.